Hello viewers, here's a mindful man reading the Eden Plot by Paul G. Brett. I knew a proper work-life balance was important. I rather thought this was one of the things the church was all about in a sort of way. Okay, thanks, Victoria replied after a pause. See you then. With a sigh, I put the phone down and turned to the pile of letters on the desk. It soon rang again at my elbow, and this time it was Stepney. Don't forget your team meeting, will you, James? It's the first Friday of the month and it starts in 5 minutes. Okay, thanks for reminding me. I'll go along in a moment. What are you doing for lunch, by the way? Fancy sharing a sandwich or two? I'd love to, she replied. I could feel the warmth in her voice. She was a tall, handsome girl with blonde hair falling in waves to her shoulders. There was an elegance about her too, though it was not quite matched by her voice and her manners. To tell the truth, I found her very attractive, though I didn't think she would ever really fancy me with my wiry red hair and thick spectacles. It was a relief to get out of the building at lunchtime once the meeting had finished. Making our way to the Fig Leaf, our local wine bar in a lane overlooking Charter Park, we settled ourselves at a table by the window. There was soft music coming through the pipes and the lighting was low. What'll you have, Stepney? I asked. Oh, a white wine, I think, she replied, crossing her legs. Forgetting the idea of sandwiches, we ordered an organic quiche with salad, a speciality of the house, and chatted as we ate. We rambled on about this and that, the weather, the food, the pubs in the town, that sort of thing. Suddenly she changed the subject. James, what are you thinking about our future? Do you want to stay here doing what you're doing forever, or have you got some plans? Wow, Stepney, what a question, I smiled. Huh, she said and smiled back. Well, actually, I have been wondering about that a bit myself. Ellen and Freddie are growing up and we have to think about schools for them. We need to be settled long term somewhere so they can get through their education, okay? Yes, I was thinking about that too. Not for you, of course, but for me. Will I ever get married and have kids? No such luck on the horizon at the moment, though. You've been through a rough patch recently, haven't you? Yes. Is there anything I can do? No, thank you. I saw her long eyelashes flicker uncertainly. I cut off another piece of quiche with my fork and put it into my mouth. It was light and delicate. She sat there quietly and I sensed her own despair. You're quite friendly with Victoria, aren't you? I went on, working my way gently towards the question I really wanted to ask. Yes, we often go out together. I don't know how many other people round here. Well, you know that, of course. I've only been working for you for a year. Yes, you're my ever-efficient secretary, I said with a smile. You do work for me, as you say. James, don't be silly, she said, screwing up her face and shaking her head. So Victoria's looking after you, is she? I thought she was a bit older than you. What do you do then when you go out together? Pubs, cinema, anything interesting? She's 29, I think, and I'm 25, as you know. James, but why are you asking? It's not really any of your business, is it? She grinned mischievously at me. Okay, sorry I asked. Would you like another drink? No, I'm fine, thanks, she said. What I've been thinking about, as well as this, I continued. What are country people really like? You see, I'm a town boy, never lived in the outback, so to speak. You're crazy, that's in Australia. This is England, down here in the south. Hope you enjoyed this chapter of the Eden Plot by Paul G. Brett.